Hey, good morning, you guys. Dr. B here. It is Sunday morning, and I am getting ready to go to church and do my volunteer shift. But I wanted to just talk to you guys this morning. I didn't get a chance to do an episode of Coffee Talk yesterday because we were doing a training hike for the Grand Canyon. And so it put something on my heart and something that we want to talk about. And I think I want to share a couple of different examples. But as I get ready to do some things both professionally, then I'm going to volunteer, and then I've got some personal stuff to do after church, would be some yard work. I've got a couple of plants to plant and some different things. But one thing that came to mind and God put on my heart to share is that you don't get what you wish for, you actually get what you work for. And you don't get what you wish for, you actually get what you work for. And so I want to share a story with you guys because those of you who are part of our Grand Canyon hiking group, you probably are familiar with Mike Williams, and he is our inspiration and he is how we want to age. So he is going on 82 years old. This will be his third year of hiking the Grand Canyon with us. And everybody sees Mike, but what they don't see is all the work that he put in prior to hiking the canyon. So believe it or not, I have known Mike for 7 going on 8 years. And when he first came to my former business, he was there because, believe it or not, his belly was getting in the way of him doing yoga. And so he just came in wanting to do a little bit of weight loss. And so we worked with his physical health. But then as he started getting more immersed in the culture and being around other people that were active and doing harder things, he made a commitment to hiking the Grand Canyon. Now, for those of you who don't know, we do a rim to rim training hike every year, and it is not something that you can just show up for. We have a 6-month structured training program, and this year there's 12 training hikes, and you need to do at least 9 of them to be eligible for the trip if you're a newbie, because we want to make sure that number one, you're safe, number two, that you're fit, and number three, that you're prepared. And because what I always say is we're going to make a memory, we might as well make it a good one. Well, the first year that Mike started training, and he was working out with us 3 to 4 days a week in our functional training center at the time, and he was working on his physical health. And this was a guy that, for a lot of people, once they retire, they just want to sit around and do nothing. The biggest questions of the day is what's on TV and what am I going to eat? And Mike is none of that. That dude, he is a woodworking class. He teaches adult sign language. He counsels, other people for Bible studies, and he volunteers at the food bank, and he is on the move. He is busy, 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 and he is truly giving of his time, his talent, and his treasure. Now, he started training, but he's an active dude. So in year one, we actually got him partnered up with a mountain bike, and he started riding. He took a little tumble and hurt his knee. So he was out for year one. 12 months later, he got his knee better. He continued to train. And then in year two, he was training, and his knee actually was giving him a lot of trouble. And so he actually had to have knee surgery. Fast forward, year three, Mike qualified for the hike. We have a training hike that you have to do. It's coming up in 2 weeks. You have to finish it in 7 hours. He finished it in 6 hours and 59 minutes and some seconds to spare. And I remember it like it was yesterday, but he was so excited. And then we hiked the Grand Canyon his first year, and he was, in my mind, he was a little naive in thinking the challenge of it. So he cherry picked some of the workouts, and he actually got a big dose of humility as he and I spent probably a good 5 or 6 hours after dark the day we hiked, hiking out together. And I want to say that first hike, it took him almost 19 hours. So it was a humbling experience. We hiked out by the light on our cell phone, which I would not recommend, but we got it done. But then Mike made a commitment to himself to come back. He made a commitment to himself to come back for a second hike because he's like, I want to get out in the daytime. And I said, Mike, here's what we've got to do. We need to lose 30 pounds. We need to commit to another year of training. He did both of those things. He committed to another year of training. He lost 30 pounds. And then he actually shaved on his qualifying hike. He shaved almost over an hour off of that qualifying hike. But when we hiked the canyon for his second year, he actually shaved almost 3 hours off of his time. So He is back for his third go at this, but I want you guys to understand that he's been working at this for almost 7 years. And when I say working at this, not just the Grand Canyon, but with his own physical health. So in tying this together and sharing that story with you, Mike is an inspiration to many, not because he wants anything special, but because he shows up, he does the work, he wants to be involved with people that are active, and he wants to do hard things. And over the course of training hikes, he's taken a tumble off the trail, taking a couple of falls. He actually had a little gash on his arm yesterday, but he's right back in there doing it. And when saying that, I want you to understand we get what we work for, not what we wish for. So if there's something in your life that you surely want to do, partner with somebody that can help you do that thing. It doesn't have to be this guy. It can be somebody in your life that knows about what it is that you want to do. Maybe it's that you want to be a better cook, so you need some cooking lessons. Maybe it's you want to be a better parent, so you need to take some mentorship classes. Maybe it's that you want to be a better spouse. And so I can promise you, what do we always say? When the newness wears off, character is all that's left. And so we are all aspiring to be better individuals. We're aspiring to show up in our circle of influence and serve every single day. And so that's what this is about. It's just trying to impart with you that, again, you got to work for it. Nothing is promised to us. God doesn't promise us that it'll be easy. He promises us that he will have our back and he will always take care of us. But he does not promise that we won't have struggles. And oftentimes, the biggest rewards come after the hardest amounts of work. So make it a great Sunday. That is Coffee Talk for this morning. Be well, be blessed. See you soon.